A lot of times when people are doing a deadlift, what I see is they start to go down into the movement and then their hips stop moving and their chest goes down the rest of the way. The idea with a deadlift is to really drive the movement from the hips. So from the glutes and the hamstrings are the things that should be doing a lot of the work, as well as the core. So we're going to talk about a couple tips I typically give my patients whenever we're working on this hip hinging movement or deadlifts. The first one being, how are we standing? The first thing we need to do is pull our rib cage down. So abs should start to turn on a little bit to get our rib cage, instead of being in this position, down. From here, a little bit of bend in the knees, and what we're going to do is we're going to think about all the movement originates from the hips. It's kind of like if you ever see those little birds that bob in the water up and down, that's kind of the idea here. We're going to work on pushing hips back as chest comes down. So chest comes down as a function of hips. It's a consequence of what the hips are doing. It's not leading the motion. So we're just bringing hips back, chest is coming down. Wherever hips stop moving is where you end. So we don't want hips to stop moving back and chest keeps going down. So the whole movement looks like this: pushing hips back, pushing hips back, pushing hips back. From this position here, we're going to contract glutes and hamstrings to push hips forward. Again, chest just comes up as a consequence of that. A lot of times from this movement, we start to think about trying to arch back and pull from here. The entire movement should be coming from this butt, simply thinking about driving hips forward. Chest comes up as a consequence of that.